How do I go slower than this? I think they've come after me. This is the Bodywel T16 Pro, a super cheap at around £400 compact folding e-bike that's got a colour screen, built-in light, mud guards, front suspension, and isn't exactly slow. So here we are on the Bodywel T16 Pro. So I had the T16 and this is the Pro version. And it feels very similar. It's a small bike, compact bike, foldable at the handlebars, but that's it. But hopefully it's small enough that it doesn't really need the central fold. But we'll find out later if it'll go in my car, in my average size boot. But first of all, more about this. It is the 250 watt legal e-bike. And at the moment, I'm going 13, 14 miles an hour. So it's not a super duper fast one. I'm not really trying with the pedals. I'm going around, I'm ghost pedaling. It's got a simple cadence sensor. So when it detects that you have started pedaling, the power will kick in. Already looking at the handlebars, it's quite a comfy setup. For a small bike, it actually goes quite high. Let's have a quick look at that actually. How high it goes. It doesn't fold in half, but it does fold the handlebars, so you just need to pull up the little catch and that goes down like that. And of course the saddle will go all the way down there. Notice how it pokes through the bottom though, so I wouldn't recommend you have that saddle low. However, it's not super low. It's got a bell, so you could probably get away with riding it at this height. So if I was doing it like that, oh, there we go, it's gone all the way now. But I really wouldn't recommend you riding it like that. I'd probably say about there. So it's probably suitable for people in the low 5 foot range, but it goes all the way up. It's a long stem, isn't it? Seat post, sorry, someone told me off for calling this a stem. Let's close it and then see if I can get on it. Whoa. That's all right. Whee! Right, so with the saddle all the way up to there, it's probably all right for someone in like kind of mid to low 6 foot. But if you are really big on this bike, you are going to be really top heavy, and because it is so short, the wheelbase, you may end up accidentally wheeling off. But it's great that such a small bike can actually be ridden by such big people and not make them look like clowns. Better get over this roundabout. No throttle, so that's a bit of a bugger. Also, no gears. So, whoa. Actually, I felt like I nearly did a wheelie then. I never used to do my full ride on these little mini bikes, but I feel okay doing it on this one because it goes so big. Let's talk about them tyres, because we are getting close to the worst road in Wolverhampton. They are 14 inch, which is why it's weird that it's called a T16 and not a T14. 14 inch tyres, 2.5 inches diameter. So they've got a decent amount of cushioning for you. But not only that, for this little bike, which is it's a bit unusual for little bikes, it's got front suspension. So here we are over this crap, and you know what? It felt all right. I've had a lot worse. There's some big potholes. Because 14 inch wheels aren't the biggest, but obviously they're also way bigger still than most e-scooter wheels. But that's comfortable, that is. Saddle feels all right at the moment. But I'm going up this hill now. Doesn't seem to be much voltage sag going on, which is nice. I'm going up a hill, 12 miles an hour. It feels quite good. It's not the lightest of bikes. For a small bike, it's still fairly heavy. Weight is 20.8 kilograms, so not too bad to do this with. And you can see it's easy to get through gates and things like that. Yeah, I'm just going through all the crap here and it's all right, it's good. I'd be happy taking this on some like kind of light trails. If they were on the way to your work, it'd be fine. I do quite like Bodywel because obviously this bike, you might not think is the bike for you, but it's 400 quid. So this bike is half decent for 400 quid. Then you're doing all right. Right, here we are at the hill climb though. Not sure what the torque is, but I don't think it's going to get up too far. So I'm on max setting, There is actually a throttle connector, so if you do buy a little throttle, you can just attach it to it. They're only about £10 off Amazon. Bodywel used to supply them, they might still do it. Right, anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. So just ghost pedaling. And then when we get to the other side, I'm going to show you a little secret. Well, we'll talk about the little computer. So I'm not really trying at the moment, I'm just ghost pedaling. 9 miles an hour. Well, we've got past the point where those little DYU bikes get. But it looks like I'm not going to make it past the fat tree. PH fat. 6 miles an hour. Right. Yeah, it looks like fat tree, but now I'm going to just pedal myself. Yeah, be careful going up a hill. That front wheel wants to come off the crown. That is dodgy. I mean, I think it's because I'm so high up. Gotta be careful. This might happen on the ride. I might accidentally just wheelie off the back of the bike. But yeah, I'm pedaling up the hill fairly easily. Oh, my hands are nice and warm now. Right, let's get my heated gloves on. 6 degrees right now. These are from Saviour, and they really are a saviour, because not only are they nice and padded, they've got the protection there, but press this button, a red light comes on, and now they're going to heat up. Yes. I'm going to talk more about those gloves in a future video, but I wore them for my last ride, and I'm quite impressed. I'll put a link in the description if you can't wait until that video. And here we are at the top. Am I heavy breathing? I am a tiny bit, but not really. Now, before we talk about the computer, let's talk about the range and the battery. The battery is 7.8 amp hours. It's a very small battery. It's a 36 volt battery, which equates, 280.8 watt hours, which it's not a massive capacity, but then they don't try and sell it as a massive capacity, and it is only 400 quid. But I need to get at this lot of glass I need to avoid. It looks like a lot of people just drink bottles and then smash them into the curbs around here. But range wise, so if you go at 25 kilometers per hour or 15.5 miles an hour, basically the limit, you'll get 35 kilometers if you weigh 75 kilograms and it's a hot day. Now, today's a cold day, 6 degrees Celsius, and I weigh over 100, so I'm not going to get that. We'll see what I get. If you were to go at 13 kilometers per hour, they think you'll get 50 kilometers distance. So let's just check that out. Like, it's a funny computer, this. Now let me talk about the computer, then I'll go back into what I was just talking about. It's very bold, big speedo numbers, but in the sun you can see all the parts that aren't lit up, if you know what I mean. Like, do you know when you see an LCD display, it's all 8 and 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. You can see all the background stuff, but you can tell, like right now I can tell I'm going 12 miles an hour. Let's have a look at this computer. Let's turn it on with the on button. And it is hard to see, A, in direct sunlight, and B, when the frame rate doesn't match up. It doesn't flash like that in real life. If I get rid of the sun, you can kind of see that it's a lot easier to see. Back in the sun, you can see all those extra bits. Double press M, you'll go from kilometers to miles and back again. Triple press M, you'll go from odo to trip. So note to trip there, and it's going to go to there. There's the battery bar. Now these buttons are funny, because if you hold them down a bit too long, they don't work, and you might think the buttons don't work. You got to really just press on, press off really quick. Now my miles, it's really hard to see actually right now in the sun. I wonder if I knew them. Oh, dead hedgehog, that's not nice. Let's see what 13 kilometers seems like, feels like, because that is how I'm going to get 50 kilometers distance. Right, so I think I'll have to go down into pedal assist 1, see how fast that takes us. So that is 15. So I have to go slower than this. How do I go slower than this? Can't go slower than that. I think they've come after me. You alright? Is it Woody?
Tinkling about in second gear.
That is mad. Ugh. Woody G?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hey, you alright?
I'm still recording. Yeah. Whoa. See you later. Woody G that. I don't know his real identity. He's like Batman. Right, I got a bit of speed on me now. Well, I think now is probably a good time to tell you about the secret of this little computer. Because if I hold down plus and minus and press that button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you hear that beep? That has just unlocked super speed. So let's see how fast we can go now. Right, come on, super speed. 14, 15, 16. Who wants 16? 17. Oh, 17 with me on it. You know what that means? 19 or 20 with a kid on it, or someone who isn't too heavy. It will hurt the battery though, worth saying. I will say, like, it's hard to really generate much speed on this. If I tell you what, let's just go down the pedal assist then. So, pedal assist 0, so no power up this hill. And I'm still going 13 miles an hour, it's not too bad, I'll get tired eventually. So if you do ever run out of battery, you can get home, but you want to do it all the time. Right, pedal assist 1, it's a bit of help now. I actually feel slow now. I'm going 9 miles an hour. Pedal assist 2. Right, I can feel a bit of a push. 11. And then pedal assist 3. Back to normal. That was obviously up a slight hill though. Now we're going down a hill, gotta be careful not to come off. Right, we're gonna do a brake test shortly, but before then, we shall see if this compact folding e-bike can actually get into my boot. Right, will it go in the small to medium sized boot? It will. Hang on. I think it's safe to say it won't, but if your boot was a bit bigger, then maybe. However, this is a quick release wheel. Huh. Oh. So if you take the wheel off, it will go in. Haha. Now I've got a load of bits. Right, so simple mechanical disc brakes this has got. Nothing special, but then you wouldn't really expect more from a bike that's meant to be going 15 miles an hour. Oh, by the way, it's got a bell, which is pretty crap. It's got a front light. It has got a rear light, but it's a battery rear light. If you get the optional rear rack, then I think you then will get a wired-in rear light with a brake light on it. But as it is now, it's just a battery light. I'm actually going 25 miles an hour now. I'm just rolling down a hill. But they don't want us to do this with power. We're allowed to do it with gravity. Let's see if I come off the front, 20 miles an hour. Let's take these brakes. Okay. I was kind of a bit cautious then because I was kind of worried, but at 15 miles an hour, 1, 2, and a bit steps. That's all right. Simple stand. It's got a nice footprint so it doesn't disappear into the dirt with its goo. Right, I can go up to 17 now. Proper speed demon. 17 feels all right actually, I won't mind 17. It's only a bit more as well. Ooh, this is actually slightly uphill. Slightly uphill, I'm going 15 miles an hour now, which is what you'd expect I suppose. But if it's been unlocked, you might want more, but then, you know, it's not a big motor, is it? 250 watts. You're not helping much. Like if I try and pedal now, I've got 18, got 19, 20, wow. It's not bad. But you look like an idiot. I'd actually say it's worth unlocking this bike because it's not like it gives you super speed, but it doesn't just randomly cut out. If I put on the back wheel, it's 20, freewheeling. You know, people can't say, oh, that's how fast it goes, because when you're on it, it doesn't go 20. But it's just nice to have the choice, where a lot of brands are like taking that choice away. I mean, if there's a danger that people are going to say, oh yeah, because you can change the speed or unlock the speed in the computer, then that's not legal, then I don't see what's wrong with doing what Cyrusha and Crazy Bird and a few others do, where you've actually got to unscrew the controller housing and disconnect a wire or connect a wire to unlock and lock the speed, because then you've got like a hardware thing. And like I always say, it's the same as mopeds and 125s that can all, once you've passed your appropriate test, be de-restricted. Like those bikes can all be de-restricted, but it's illegal to de-restrict them. So it should be the same for e-bikes. You know, okay, the law is the law. I'm not going to argue about the law right now. But if a bike can be de-restricted, that's fine, but it's illegal to do it. That's what it should be. Not illegal to own a bike that can be de-restricted. But let's get down a curb. That's not too bad. I'm not going to go up a curb. Not on 14-inch wheels. So because after this point, I am going to carry on riding this bike to get a bit more range on it and do other stuff. Let's check in to see how much range I actually got. So pedal assist free, 75 kilograms, you're meant to get 35 kilometers. So obviously going to over 100 kilograms, you're going to get a bit less than that. I also unlocked the speed for a while. So I am down to 1 bar and I've done about 12 miles, which isn't that much, but obviously if I'd kept a pedal assist free and I wasn't so heavy, you would get a lot more. But what I do see this as is a quick kind of run around. If you want to go somewhere and your total journey is about 10 to 15 miles, especially if you weigh less than me, then this is actually not bad at all. But I say about 12 miles because I noticed that even though there's a trip computer and an odo, every time I turned it on, the odo would reset as well. So I had to kind of add stuff up together. So that was a bit annoying, which is probably a good time to talk about any other annoying bits about this that might, even though it's only 400 quid, stop you from buying it. So the colour computer, whilst very bold, is hard to see, almost impossible to see in direct sunlight. We talked about the odo that seems to reset itself. If you are absent-minded and you might forget that this bike could tip back, then you need to maybe stay away from this bike. It only tips back if you accelerate and lean back at the same time. If you're aware of it, you'll be absolutely fine. The rear light is a battery light. However, if you get the rear rack, I'm pretty sure you get the wired-in brake light. There are no gears, which means it is hard to pedal quickly. But apart from that, especially for 400 quid, and especially that you can attach your own throttle if you want and unlock it to get a bit of help after 15 miles an hour, it's not bad at all. And now let's see what's in the box and what you get with it, because you actually get a really nice bag. Tiny box. There's the packing. In the box, and it's a nice box, we've got the quick release mechanism, we've got the rear light, we've got the manual and tools and zip ties, we've got pedals, and we've got a 2-amp charger. Get the pedals on. And the Bodywel is on charge. And that 2-amp charger should charge it up in about 4 hours. So if you are in the market for a small, fairly light e-bike that is extremely cheap, 400 and a bit quid, and there might be a discount code. I mean, if you can get this into the 300s, that would be amazing. But yeah, if you're after a really cheap e-bike that's going to get you from A to B, and because the handlebars fold down, you can't, like, unlike the Haybike EC Compact I had on a while ago, you can fold this bike. There is a function to fold this bike. Yes, it doesn't fully fold, but it does fold. So if a train or a bus driver says you can't come on here because that doesn't fold, you can fold it down, which is good, because what is the point of having a compact e-bike that won't go in a car and isn't allowed on public transport. And luckily, this does not have that problem. Although you may need a larger boot to fit it in, you can still get it in the rear footwell. Yeah, if you're interested in this cool little bike for 400 quid, and I have been pretty positive because it is only 400 quid mainly, then there is a link in the description, and if you use that link, it will help the channel muchly. And if you enjoyed this video, but you're not buying this bike, that's cool. But if you would be so good as to click that like button and give us a thumbs up, I would be ever so grateful because it helps the video reach more people. But if you didn't like it, then do dislike it. I'll always say that, like if you don't like the video, dislike the video, it's fine. And but let us know in the comments how we can improve. So that was the Bodywel T16 Pro. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, right.